back, everybody. I hope you had an awesome week. I certainly did. It was pretty damn good over here on my end. I hope y'all had a pretty damn good weekend like I did. Can't complain at all. Why am I so far away from the camera? Did y'all notice that? Look. Why am I so far behind? Oh, that's weird. Allow me to slide forward, please. Pause. I just realized how that sounded.
Bruh.
Whoops. So, anyway, good to see everybody. Carolina Keith, Professor Keith, regular Keith, I hate Keith, stupid Keith, damn it, Keith. What's up, Keith? Good to see you nonetheless. I was hoping we would have that good week, like I said. For the morale of the space, we really needed that. And what I mean by the morale of the space is the people who have been here and continue to stay here, not the in and out flip-floppers. But for y'all that are OGs and y'all been here a while, man, this really mattered a lot. By the way, how gray is my beard, dude? Look at that. Bro, that's crazy. Crazy gray. Anyway, if you haven't ever been here, welcome to Crypto After Dark. Please go hit like. It's free. While you're there, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss any live streams. And you'll see everything that we do here every single time. I got sound effects.
Come on, man.
Don't miss a stream. What are you thinking? We do this every single Thursday at the same time. Be here. Be here. It's very, very simple. All right. We don't mix words. I'm on the sound effect button like crazy over here, dude. So I talked about this in the Discord. We had a couple people ask. I had dismissed the commercials. We had a couple people ask, and one of the things that I asked the people in the Discord, what would they like to talk about? One of the things that was brought up was exit strategies, or how to sell, when to sell, why to sell, etc. Because what's happening right now amongst the space, amongst the crypto world, is you're having a lot of, oh God, buy. And I'm saying it too. I don't want you to think that I'm not saying buy as well. I just noticed that there are, hold on a second. I'm going to try messing with the audio for a second. Okay. I think that's better. It was playing double music. Let me know if y'all can still hear the music. That was, for whatever reason, it was playing the music twice. So I've got it muted. Let me know if it still works. If it doesn't work, I can fix it. It's not a big deal. I think I know why I did that, but it's whatever. Anyway, I was just saying that I'm the same team right there. I'm team buy right now. I've been talking about this for a long time, but you're not going to get a chance to buy low forever. There's going to come a time when all the low prices are gone, and you've got to start learning to sell, trade your way out of the hole. If you're in the hole on some stuff, you've got to start figuring out, how do I move money around to find the right asset to be in at any one particular given time? What do I do, right? So what we'll do in the next half of the stream is talk about that. But first, I want to go through some charts here like we always do. Then we'll talk a little bit about our exit strategy, about how to do this in reverse and figure out a better way to sell, a better way to look for places to stop, et cetera, all right? It'll be very helpful for everybody to be able to have a leg up on when to get out. That's exactly why I did what I did with the thumbnail. All right, like I said, on thumbnails here, we never have clickbait thumbnails. Our thumbnails always mean something. And it's exactly why I made the thumbnail what I did. I wanted everyone to be able to start to learn now, amongst all the buying, amongst all the bullishness. I'm guilty of it too. I'm here for it. I've been screaming, buy what you can, get what you want, find the place on the chart and go. I'm doing it right now. Every time I get any free extra money, I'm buying. All right, so we'll talk about that in a moment. First, let me say hey to people in the chat. What's up, Distinctive Shine? What's up, Cousin Jeremy? Other Rob, how you doing, bro? I think someone else was first, but I can't see it. It won't. I think Ron Poteet was first. What's up, Ron? It's like hung up a little bit. Anyway, Crew Chief, how you doing? Frank Castillo, Phonetic Duck, Andrew Ionescu, Anthony Kaufman. What's up, Beagle? Good to see you. What's up, Cheese? How y'all doing? All right, so over the charts first. Bitcoin over the last several days has made a very, very aggressive up move. And I want to talk about this for a moment because we do basic trend analysis first before we do anything else. We don't need any indicators. As you see, there's a couple lines drawn on the screen, but there's no indicators. The lines that you see are high time frame Fibonacci lines. It doesn't necessarily matter. What I'm trying to explain to you is I didn't need any indicators to come to the conclusion that I'm about to tell you. We got basic trend analysis. We had a low, we had a high, we had a higher low, we now have a higher high. And how do I come to that conclusion? Well, right here was our previous high that we spoke about on the live stream last week about we needed candles to close above this level to prove that we were ready to go, ready to rock and roll, and we were on it. All right. By the way, I'm just now realizing I'm getting notifications over here. Huldoon. One quick pose. Bow. There we go. Another interesting thing is X is now coming up with a new policy. And even if you block someone, they'll be able to see your posts. They just can't react to them or comment on them. Boy, a lot of people blocked me because they were big pressed about me saying that charts are going to go down back in the day. Oh boy, is it going to be time to eat on some people who were really throwing shade at me who were dead wrong. Now, a lot of people deleted stuff. That's whatever. But we still got receipts. Anyway, so getting over that recent high that we had back in September, mid-September, closing above that was crucial. And you see this candle right here that's green. This candle right here that's green, right? Looks fun. This candle was an absolute dogfight. The low on this candle was 64.7. The high on that candle was 67.9. $3,500 worth of price movement inside of one candle in one day. It was a crazy ass day. Really was. The good news is we kind of knew from the day before of it closing higher than that September high that we were likely to get another high in behind that. And that's exactly what happened. Now you've seen I've got a red box drawn up here. That's previous all-time high in 2022. Yes, we made a different all-time high this year. Obviously, that was about 74, not quite 74. But looking back in history, that was our previous high. All right, that's why I've got that marked, because that line has clearly been a spot of contention. You see the very large white box that I've got labeled resistance right here? We haven't closed above that box ever. Never have we closed above that box. It is very clear that we're going to break north for that box, but not before we likely slow down at around 70,000. I say that because I don't want everyone to get ahead of themselves and think we've got some big, massive run coming in right now. I think that's reserved for post-election. I really do. That doesn't mean that we're not going to get up before then. In fact, I think we will. I think we probably have another week or two in here of green with a week or two of red as well. I think it's either going to be 2 green, 1 red, or 2 red, 1 green. All right, we're going to get a mixture in here. But that leads us up. That leads us up into November. And I think we all know what's coming in November. And if you don't, let me scroll out to the monthly chart real quick and explain to you. All right, what I got on the monthly chart for Bitcoin here is very clear and very evident. Once you zoom out a little bit, it's way easier to see. This is why I preach constantly, start on the high time frames and work your way down. When you zoom out to the high time frames, you see the beautiful uptrend that we've got going on. And you see that right now that these monthly candles are looking very, very, very good. All right. It tried to fail support. It tried to dig through the 786, 886 level right here, which was nothing more than a support zone. It tried to dig through that and it couldn't, pushing multiple wicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of pushing at that level and it couldn't get through it. Inversely, 5 months of pushing on the top, couldn't get through it. Tried hard, didn't make it. Good news is the fight is not over. It maintained support all through that. It did bang its head on resistance, but more importantly, I see very good buy pressure on the bottom of these wicks. In fact, more buy pressure than sell pressure. And if that's the case, then we likely have more upcoming. You look at the monthly here, and even if the month closed right here, I know it's still under the previous all-time high and under the current all-time high. Nonetheless, this leaves us a very, very good shot at an aggressive up here. All right. Not only do I think it's aggressive, I think we likely get to 6 figures by the end of the year. I was curious on how that may work out. What would lead up to that? How would things shake out? Politically, would that matter? Economically, would that matter? It looks like we're going to hit 6 figures by the end of the year. Is it possible we go higher than that by the end of the year? Yes, I would say it is possible. I'm leaning more toward tax time for my upper levels, but I think 6 figures happens by December. Looking at it, 103 is actually our line here. That's my mark for the first level, at least 100,000, but I think 103 is more likely. If I put it to linear mode, I get 101. So between 101 and 103 is 102. Call it 102 and be happy with that. I think 102 at least by the end of the year. Could we go higher than that? Yes. Could we push all the way up here to our 1618 by the end of the year? I think it's possible. I think it's improbable. I think it's possible, but improbable. All right. Doesn't mean it won't happen, but it's unlikely. More likely that those levels happen next year around tax time, much similarly to what we've had in 2016 after you had your halving and your run up. 2017 was pretty much the high point right there. Well, I can't really see it. 2018, I'm sorry. So halving in 2016, you pushed up in February of 2017 in major high, kind of tapped out around tax time again, kind of what I'm expecting. But then the rest of 2017 was a massive run. I don't really expect that much more up, seeing as how we're not 2016 anymore. But I would like to see a similar to 2020 type move up throughout tax time or near tax time. As you see, this April area should be contentious. It depends on our pullback from there, but I think that's the area that pushes us up more toward that 150 to 175 level. I know it seems crazy now. Watch and see. The big question is, do we have that secondary push up that pushes us up there, or is it the first push? I don't know that answer, and I'd love to be able to tell you, but I can't. What I do know is fib time zones all end off at roughly the same time around February, March. And since those fib time zones end off around February, March, that's where I'm leaning toward the high point being for the first high. There'll be another high after that. Once we have a little bit of a pause through the springtime, tax time rolls, we move some money around. A lot of businesses, especially now that there's ETFs, are going to want to tax time this thing and manipulate the books if they can. It's standard practice. After that, another push in the summer seems fully likely to me. Now, let's go look at the comments real fast because I'm sure people have said some stuff. Frank Castillo says, "What's up, Eclipse Broadcasting?" Yeah, because the eclipse is happening. That's cool. King of Light, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Just stopping in, bro. Just stopping by to say hi, listen to him. He knows shit. Thank you, sir. Good to see you. And let me know if you haven't got Discord figured out yet, brother. Just jump over there and type, text to me, whatever. If you need my cell phone number, let me know. I can get it to you. We'll get it figured out. Jay Gross, what up? Good to see you, brother. Sending good vibes from the left coast, Berserkly. Good to see you out there. Eddie Caesar, Future Millionaires. That's not even a joke. Good to see you, too. Has anyone seen 10,000 North Koreans asking for a fan? Bruh.
Come on, man.
Wrong.
I'm working the sound effects. That's funny. The Undertaker sound effect is ruthless. What's up, Mago? Good to see you too. Made Figures. What's up? How are you doing? That's my Bitcoin outlook. We haven't talked a ton about the Ethereum high time frame, but it's a similar look, only lower. All right. If we were to close right here on the month, I'm fine with this. Still above trend, still hanging out. Look at these monthly candles. Big monthly hammer at the bottom on support is a chance for a morning star. Shout out to Mullet. Beyond that, you have another candle forming, a doji on the backside of a hammer candle. Not bad. As long as it maintains anything above 2,500 here, I'm all right with this. I think we should be okay. All the green lines are my DCA lines where I've taken profits and thrown them into Ethereum. These are kind of like my guaranteed money, if you want to say that. All through 2024, taking profits. Whenever I would take profits, I would find somewhere to put the money so that it didn't just sit there and do nothing. And what I found out was I shouldn't have put it all in Ethereum like I did, but I did put a lot into Ethereum. The thing is, I didn't have enough Ethereum when it was on the way up. So reconciled that, figured out what I'm going to do, and this came up with a better plan for me moving forward. Is I'm only going to take out of this. I'm going to take out of this and use it for other stuff as I see fit. If I see something new that comes along, I'll sell Bitcoin and sell Ethereum rather than sell my altcoins. Hopefully. I can't guarantee that, but that's my plan. I'm going to sneeze. Dang it. Well, I think it's just one sneeze. Perfect. So short-term fibs, long-term fibs, they all start to line up right around between 4,700 to 7,500. I know that seems crazy to say right now. The $10,000 Ethereum projections kind of make sense and kind of don't. I think more so 8 to 10 is a better buffer. That might be all we get on Ethereum. I'm not positive here. I'd like to see it go to the high time frame, 1.618, but I don't have a guarantee of that anymore. It's really, really underperformed. And if I pull short-term fibs here from the recent high to the recent low monthly, and I just kind of scroll this out to where I think the end of the run will be, which is the end of the year in December 2025. Well, the 1618 is only at $6,000. And the blow-off top level short-term is up more around 7,500. This doesn't seem like something I want to throw a ton of money in because there's not a ton of returns if that's it. I'd rather have something else. So I may sell some of this off once I'm heavily in profits, and I will be heavily in profits at some point. Thinking of selling this off and buying other stuff and using this pot as my, hey, I'm doing pretty well, this will work out pot, if that makes sense. Take it from this and rather than take it from other stuff. Bitcoin's going to do what Bitcoin does. I hate to be the wrong one on Bitcoin and buy it and then sell it before it goes to way stupid high prices like 250K. But I don't think that necessarily happens, okay? 250K is such a long shot at this point. It's so far-fetched at this point that I think it's probably a bad idea to try leaning in that direction and thinking that we're going to get a bunch. By the way, I changed the color of the lights tonight to green since we're all up and we're no longer neutral, blue. That new recent high was enough to like change my opinion on where things may go. I'm very, 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 very hopeful here for the future. All right. So there's Ethereum. I don't want to go down on the daily on it. It's not really necessary. It looks ugly, as you see. Okay. I need to see improvement here too. It has improved some, but it's so far behind. It needs to improve a ton. That being said, it's fine. I'm going to leave it be. All right. We will do our normal XRP outlook here because everybody seems to not be able to get enough of the worst coin possible. Why do y'all care so much about this coin?
Bruh.
It has done nothing for you. Say this again. My original purchase, my original thing for crypto all the way back in 2018 was this. XRP, September 28th, 2018 at 28 cents was my original buy. Right now we're at 54 cents. I would have a 100% gain in the last 6 years. That's great. I would go from $6,000 to $12,000. If I only made $12,000, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in. If I had have just hodled like everyone says to do, I wouldn't be in the position that I'm in. I've seen some crazy stuff in the Discord shared to me by one of the admins. Boy, I want to barbecue the dude so bad. I really want to go in on him. Like, I really want to, but I'm not going to do it. I want to so bad because it's two people who really, really tried to shame me and were so wrong. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to leave it alone. Let's just stick to the chart. Green box, still resistance, still hasn't broken out. Any moving averages to look at? It's over the 200 moving average. That's good. Being over this red line right here, that's good. That's one of the heaviest lines to break. And as you see, even though it pushed down below it, it did pop back above. That's not bad. The worst part is there's more moving averages on top of it, the 50 and the 100 that are in the way that are keeping it from progressing. All right, how about the Ichimoku cloud? Ichimoku cloud, still roughly 4 out of 4. Red cloud on the end, no bueno. Candles are inside the cloud. They need to be above. That's no bueno. Lag line is below the candles. That's no bueno. Last but not least, the blue line, the conversion line, is underneath the baseline. No bueno. I'd love to tell you something mega bullish here, but I can't. What do I need to see happen first? Here's the order of things that need to happen. This is not my opinion. This is an objective fact. 60 cents is still hardcore resistance. It doesn't want to break through it. You've seen it happen 4 months now. If you get above 60 cents, that's not bad. The real important level is more like 61.5. 61.5 sets you right at the line of resistance. Get above 61.5, that opens up 65. More problems. There's more resistance at 65. That's where the last big drop happened, 65 cents. If you can get above 65, 70, and 75 are the next heavy levels. Do you see the low prices that I'm saying here? None of them are screaming high prices. That's right, because there's resistance on the chart this thing has to get through. That is historic heavy resistance, and it will not break through that easy. It will take a long time to get through it. Not 10 days. I don't know who lied to people to make them think that 10 days will make you rich, but it will not happen. We've been through this chart 1,000 times. You will have a few days to decide when to buy, and when you buy, that's it. You can leave it alone for a few weeks, few months, and that's it. Done. Then you can sell it and be on your way. We've talked about this chart 1,000 times for that reason. There's no reason to believe the hype. The chart just isn't good enough yet. It just isn't good enough yet. I just showed you the Bitcoin monthly chart. I just showed you the Ethereum monthly chart. Let's go look at the XRP monthly chart. That is a higher low, under trend. If this doesn't improve rapidly, bro, this thing could be heading way south. I don't think that's going to happen. I think worst case Ontario, 40 cents. I don't really think that happens either, though. I think we're probably going to flip back over that green trend line that you see right there in time. I think that happens in November. And then from November to February, you'll have some up in there, probably a heavy amount of up. The longer this takes, the more likely I'm to think that $1.50 is the high. I hate that. That really depends on the rest of the market, but I think $1.50 might end up being the high. If that's the case, there's no reason for me to buy this. 300% gains, 200% gains really doesn't move the needle for me. I have many other assets that'll do that plus more, and I think you all understand that. I think you all realize that when it comes down to brass tacks, when it comes down to the money, if I'm making 200% on this, that's good. But if I make 700, 800, 900, 1,000, a 10x on other stuff, well, why wouldn't I buy that instead of this? Okay, that's basic risk reward, and that's what we're going to talk about next. I wish I had better news for the XRP folks, but I'm going to keep it real with you, and y'all know the way it is. Sucks hating for, I don't want to be that way for XRP people. I promise. I don't want to be that way. By the way, man, y'all go hit like. 51 people on, 27 likes, man. Y'all slacking. Hit like. It's free. It doesn't cost anything. And the more likes we get, the more this YouTube picks us up and spins us around the algorithm, and we make more money. And I don't mean me on YouTube. I make like $3 a month from YouTube. In case y'all didn't know how YouTube works. This is why I've debated not even doing YouTube anymore, because you don't make any money on it. If you're doing anything on YouTube, it's to try to help people, because you're not going to make any money unless you've got millions of subscribers. And they'll even tell you that if you have millions of subscribers, you don't make money from the subscribers. You make money from the ads, because they pay you to do the ads, and then they give you a kickback on whatever people buy. That's where the real money's at. But y'all got to see all the ads on this channel? Exactly. What's up, Cody? Good to see you, brother. Andrew Alnosco said, is that elevator music in the background, or is Bitcoin just serenading us while it gears up to break through new all-time highs. Oh, it's elevator music. It's jazz. I thought the TV was in the other room. You're crazy, dude. Way to take the high road, Keith. Where's the crypto market going, brother? Do you foresee the president election outcome, the impacts, conditions in any significant ways? Hey, dumb question. Are we still range bound on Bitcoin since March? Cycling cotton. Good to see you, Josh. Mago, a subscribe click should cost more than an XRP token. Bruh. That's pretty good. So answer a couple questions. Jacob Irwin says, do I foresee the presidential election causing any differences? So let's do this real fast. I'm going to pull up a new tab so we can pull up poly markets, which is crazy. This poly market stuff is crazy, dude. Bruh, look at this. The money, which is the way poly market works, the money is saying 61% Trump, 38% Harris. This is crazy. Bro, I did not foresee this happening. I did not think the lead would be this big. I'm not sure how this is going to end. I'm not sure I believe 61-38. I'm not sure I believe that. And I know this is the money. I get that. It's the money talking. But damn, y'all. Like, I'm not sure I believe that. Like, if everybody's at 50-50, then one site's at 61-38. Am I supposed to believe that? That's tough. That's tough. We're getting down to the nitty gritty. As you see, 19 days left. Y'all do y'all's thing. I'm going to do my thing. I don't really care who you vote for. It's up to you. You're your own person. Make your own decision. You're a grown-ass adult. Every state's a little different, so your situation's going to be different than mine. Do I foresee this changing anything? No. It doesn't matter who gets elected. Would it matter more if Trump won for crypto than Kamala Harris? Yes, because I think both are pandering to crypto people for votes. However, way more serious pandering from crypto on the Trump side than on the Kamala Harris side. Very, very little pandering on the right. It's more so just laying the food out there on the table to see if you'll eat some of it. Where on the left, they're cooking meals. They're serving this shit up for you, which is a big difference. You know what I mean? If I give you a metaphor like that, it's a little bit easier to understand. What do I think happens? I think Trump likely takes 4 out of 6 swing states. If he takes 4 out of 6 swing states, it's a wrap. The only way that doesn't work if he takes 4 out of 6 swing states and still loses, it's because he lost big states like Texas, Ohio, and Florida. I doubt he loses those 3. I think those 3 are probably a lock. And for me to say Ohio is probably a lock is crazy, because Ohio is historically a swing state, and it's been solid red in Ohio for quite a while. Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, North Carolina, Georgia. Those 5 are the most important. Those 5 are the most important. I'm not going to throw Vegas or Arizona in there. I know they're supposed to be important, but I think they're going to flip-flop the whole way, and there's really no way to read those. Those other 5, Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, those 5 are the most important states, and those 5 states will elect the president. That happens every single time. I know you don't want to believe that. I know y'all think that's crazy. Some of y'all might hate politics, but the numbers is what gets me. That's what I like about the numbers. Neither one of these people are my people. I don't care. So, I have to deal with it either way. So I'm going to take what I get no matter what. I don't really care. That's my take on what's going to happen. As we get closer, we'll keep watching. By the way, before anyone asks me, I won't even be here for the elections. I'll be in Mexico, and I'll be flying. When I'm coming back, I'll land at like 10:30 or 11 o'clock back home. And by the time I'll land, the election will be decided, which is crazy. I'm not going to be able to watch none of the coverage or nothing. I think that might be a good thing. I can't watch any of the coverage. It's actually all right. It's like non-stressful. You can't see any of it. I can look at the charts, but I won't be able to see them because I'll be on the airplane, and I'm a cheapo, and I don't want to pay for that airplane Wi-Fi. So anyway, the money though is mostly crypto bros. So fair, but it's gambling. It's not just throwing money. It's more of a gambling site where you're not just going to take the worst bet just because. You're going to take the bet that makes you the most money and the most likely to win. That's the difference. And it was not just a couple dollars. There's $1 billion between Trump and Harris. $1 billion. It's not a couple dollars. That's $1 billion. That's a mega ass number. And again, most polls are around 50-50. We already know that's probably how it's going to end, roughly. We'll see. Broke working class people are unlikely to be betting on poly markets. That's exactly who bets on poly markets. Not rich people. Are you kidding me? Now there is way more broke folk. I'll take that one. We're square on that one. Less than 1% of the population is wealthy. So we've talked about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP. Let's do what we talked about, what we were going to do, and explain how we're going to get in and out of some of these assets and go through a full-on scenario. Someone in the chat right now, one of you guys listening, give me any random chart you can think of. I don't care what the asset is, what the coin is, name it, and I want us to chart that coin together here all the way from beginning to end, and we'll see what it looks like to find an exit strategy. Please, someone name an asset in the chat. I'm going to pour me a whiskey. In the meantime, I got the Larceny out. Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. I'm going to pour me a shot. Why? Because crypto's back, baby. That's why. In case you didn't know. We're back, bitches.
Bruh.
All right, so let's pull it up. One shot poured. Toast the camera. Oh, this is how we toast the camera. If y'all guys can't see it, the camera might shake a little bit. Bam. Toasted. All right, so got a few things here. Cousin Jeremy said Doge. I'm not going to do Doge because you said it, and we've done it so many times on here. Adam 500 said Moonwell. He also said HBAR. I don't know what Moonwell is. I've never heard of it, but HBAR, I don't own any of, and that's a great example on what we can chart. So let's look at my man said stronger. Yo! Yo!
Come on, man.
Yo, Golden Tall Man said stronger. That is ruthless, dude. We'll do HBAR because that's a nice, clean. That's a well traded coin that I don't own any of. How about that? That's the better way to put it. All right. So here's our HBAR chart. I've already got some stuff drawn on it. That's cheating. Let's erase it all. And gone. So a bear chart first. Number one, I want to be in log mode. Number two, I want to start on a high time frame. How about the monthly? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw support and resistance lines on this chart, and then I'll find the trend after that, all right? Support and resistance lines are going to help me find out how much losses I may take and how much gains I may get. That's how I'm going to figure out what I should be in and what I shouldn't be in, okay? All right, so I'm going to start by working my top down here. You can go left to right. I've already done this chart 1,000 times. I'll start left to right. How about that? So it looks as though all this area through here seems to be support. I'm going to go back here and grab where these candles are starting to play around. I'm just going to drag a box and put all that stuff in the box. Box is green. That's good. We'll call it support. Fair enough? Fair enough. All right, cool. So it appears that HBAR is near support. How much losses could I take right here? Well, let's zoom in a bit. Let's say this thing comes all the way back down to these candles right here where the word support is. I could lose 30%. That says 30% right there. I could lose 30%. All right? That's my risk. I'm risking 30% losses here if I don't sell and this thing goes all the way down. All right? Furthermore, if I keep going, moving to the right here, my next spots up here are going to be resistance because they're above the price. All this up here is above the price. This is resistance, not support. It's not under the price. It's over it. So I'm going to grab this, and what I see is roughly these are about the same. So I'm going to split the difference here. I'm going to grab the top of these candles and this all together in one. And I'm going to pull this down to the bottom of those candles. Right there. See that? From this top to this bottom, all this through here is resistance. We can argue about the exact spot, not important. I want you to see that this box here is resistance. Fair? Fair. What kind of gains am I looking at if it hits this box? 281%. Remember a minute ago, I said 30% losses, as opposed to 281% gains. That's 30% losses to the bottom of support, just to the bottom of resistance, roughly 300%. In case you didn't pick up on that, that's 30%, 300%. That's about 1 to 3. 1 risk, 3 reward. That's great. That's great. It's nothing about an eyelash yet. 300% gains is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I think there's more out there and other stuff, but that's not the point. I'm going through on what this would be one of the first spots that I would look to sell. One of the first places I would look to take profits. You don't have to sell it all. That's the other trick about this. People get tripped up on this, but when you get to a certain point and you think, oh no, I need to sell some of this, what do? Now's the perfect time to make a plan looking forward and say, I'm going to sell 5%, I'm going to sell 15%, I'm going to sell 80%, whatever you're comfortable with. The scenario may be different when you get there and you're at this moment, you go, gosh, I don't know what to sell. What do I do? How much? Have a plan now. Have a plan now. All right, I'll show you one of mine after I get done with HBAR to kind of compare it. Either way, since I know resistance is through here, that's one of the first places I'm going to look to take profits, because I think it may get hung up on movement here. It may slow down a bit, so to speak, in this area, and it may not. It may go farther than that. That's fine. But this will be the first place where I would take some profits. Fair enough? Now, this is just a monthly. Let's drop down to the weekly. Maybe it's different there. All right, what I see on weekly, the first upper resistance is actually a little lower than that. See that? See these candles right here? And you see how this candle's already hit at one time? It's likely that happens again, which that's about 17 cents, about 5 cents. That's still about 250% gains. Still not bad. All right, we'll tighten this up a little bit. There's more than that one box. We can narrow this down a bit. All right, this area right here is going to be rough. This area right here, we already know, since it's hit at one time, is going to be rough. We have some more down here, though. Like XRP, there's a lot of slop right through here that we haven't gotten through yet. That's a problem. I would prefer for it to be above this area, but we're not there yet. When we get above there, I feel much more comfortable about this thing going to this with almost no problem. Problem is we have to get above that box first. This is makes me a little leery about wanting to buy this, because I know the gains aren't as good as I want, first of all. 250% isn't bad, but I can get 10x somewhere else. And I'm still taking a heavy risk because this thing's still so close to failing and dropping that 30%. For me, this kind of bothers me and makes me not want to buy it. Nonetheless, when I seen it get up here, I would start taking profits. Is there a possibility that it breaks through all of this? Time for our first indicator. How about some Fibonacci retracement? Let's grab the top of the bull market. Let's pull it down to the bottom of the bear market. Now let's drag it to the right so we can see what's going on. We already know the cycle is probably going to end around the end of 2025. It may go a little longer. I doubt it. End of 2025 is a pretty good consensus. So we drag this over. How about October, November? Let's do beginning of December. We can almost, beginning of December. We'll call it that, right? So along the way, we have mathematical points of starting and stopping points that are very important. Look at that 50 fib right there. Playing around with those candles. That's going to be a point of contention. It's not going to break through that level easy. It's proven that because multiple weeks it couldn't get through it already. So not only is this spot important, but this one's important. So instead of just selling this spot for 25%, maybe I do 12% here, 12% here. That way, I get a little bit more gains, and I still manage to de-risk a little bit and find somewhere else to put the money. All right? I've made profits at this point, likely got my initial money back at that point. I can take that initial money and put it somewhere else. That's the other kicker. If you don't want to do percentages, do your initial money, initial investment. That way you're guaranteed returns because you got your initial money back. You're not losing. You're rolling with house money. From there, you can find upper levels. And then it depends on the timeline. Once we know our timeline's about to run out over here, and we're about to run out of time, it's time to sell no matter what. Even if things are still running wild and running crazy, you got to start making a plan to get out real rapidly, which should happen around the end of the year 2025. That's been the cycle for the last 3 times for Bitcoin. Could it be different this time? Yes, but I doubt it. Okay. Could run into the beginning of 2026. Fully possible. Not expecting it. Nonetheless, that heavy resistance zone's up here around 786, 886, Sniper's Alley. It's almost like I knew that. We knew that based on mathematics, and we changed our names and made the 786 Assassins based on that data. Right? So this is another level. I'd probably take a good chunk off that. Maybe another 25%. Now I'm half out. I've got profits twice. I've moved that money around. Now I know I've been gripping and ripping here. This thing's been on a steady uptrend. I'm being hypothetical here. This thing's just been absolutely ripping. And we get right here, and all of a sudden, this thing peaks over the trend line and starts showing me it's done. This is the point where I wipe my hands, Jesus take the wheel, I'm all the way into stables, and I'm sitting back and watching what happens, because it's likely that the bull market is over and the bear market has started. This is what I'm going to do on every single chart from here on out. There's no need to get super fancy with indicators. We can use basic stuff here, okay? Basic support resistance. I threw fibs in there, but you don't even need them. Look, you can see it without the fibs. You don't have to get super fancy here. Obviously, we can throw in the 8 EMA. We can throw in the 21 EMA. We can use the 50-day moving average. When you see everything dip under the 50-day moving average, it's time to wipe our hands and walk away, just like we do at the casino, all right? This is an example. This is what I'm talking about. Let's go find an actual example that I have. How about Aptos? All right, so I've got Aptos going to at least 50 bucks. That sounds crazy, doesn't it? What's actually only a 5x from here, so it's not a big deal. But my plan here is around tax time, when I know Bitcoin's likely going to slow down, I'm probably going to hit the pause button myself on this. I'm not sure where it'll be at that point, but I'm probably going to take some profits. I'd like to get my initial investment plus some back. So my goal here is I like to see it break all-time high, which I think it'll do in the upcoming months. Once it breaks all-time high and starts its way up, gets up there toward these take profit fibs, I'm going to take very seriously about 15%, 15%, 50%. Not sure how I want to do that. My plan's still a little iffy on this one, but I wanted you to see how I'm going to kind of do this with an actual real one that I own. My average price is in purple right there. I've got an inverse head and shoulders at the bottom on support. You couldn't have a more bullish setup here. I just need to see it break all-time high. When this breaks all-time high, it's never coming back. And honestly, in the next bear market, it's liable to stop at the previous all-time high, which is about 19, 20 bucks. I love this chart for that reason. Aptos has got a long way to go. Layer ones are going to do really, really well. If you want a narrative, there's your narrative. Blah, I don't care. Point is, when we get up here to these take profit fibs, I'm going to start looking for a way out, even though there may be more upside. Now, obviously, there's plenty of other charts. This is just one. This is one example of many, many, many examples I could give. I want you to make your own choices. Don't copy me. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm just an idiot on the internet. Why would you listen to me anyway? Right? Go do this for yourself. I don't expect you to believe me. I don't want you to believe me. I want you to believe yourself. All right? Go see it on the chart. You want to compare charts? Great. We have a Discord full of that right down below, wap.com/team786. We lost 4 people in the last 2 weeks. There are 4 spots open. If you want to jump in, there's your chance. 1 month free. No new spots are coming open. That's all there is to it. So take what you can get. Yeah, I know. China Mass like skull dead. I'm selling all now. All my cash and buying is ISO tokens in the last 5 years. I'm not buying any more ISO tokens. Total waste. You've been lied to. ISO 20022 means absolutely nothing. That's just a selling point that YouTubers have shielded to you to try to make you want to buy what they already own, hoping that the price goes up. I could name them by name, but I'm not going to do that. I've already done that on other streams when I was nice and drunk. I haven't even drank my drink yet. I'll reserve this for the end of the episode when we turn off of here. Last thing I want to do is go and buy a bunch of stuff that ain't going to do a bunch of X's. What it right comes down to is a good chart with low resistance and a decent market cap. When I say decent market cap, I don't mean $60 billion. You're not going to get that to go 30X. I'm sorry, but that's all there is to it. It's not going to happen. Do the math. Do the math. If something's $25 million market cap, it's way easier for that thing to do a 4X and get to 100 million than it is for it to go to 100 million to 400 million. Do you understand that? It's way easier. I'm going to put more money in those than I am going to put more money in $100 billion market caps. Just not my thing. I'm all about making money here and making the most money possible. I am not all about buying a certain type of coin. I think that's a bit of a waste, and I hate wasting. So I hope everyone got something good from this stream. Went over our normal stuff. I hope everyone understands the exit strategies and deploys them well. You're going to see me do it like crazy. I've already been trading a little bit, jumping in, jumping out of stuff, trying to fix my positions that I didn't capitalize good enough on. I'm going to lock those in. I hope you do too. Thank you all for watching. This was fun. This was a fun stream. The last two have been energetic. I'm going to try to keep that energy up, but I can't do this without y'all. Please, we only had 60 people max in this stream. I need everyone to go on X and retweet my stuff, if you would please. Go on X, Carolina Keith _1 on X. Y'all know what to do. Retweet stuff. Go like stuff. Go comment. Jump in the Discord. Say some stuff. We have to spread the good word around. Share this stream everywhere. The next time we do this, share this stream. I don't make anything off of YouTube. I just told you that. So I don't get anything. I just want more people to win. I want everyone to win with me. I've got big ass plans. All right. Big, 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 big plans. Fellas, ladies, you don't understand. We got such an opportunity. Like, it makes me emotional thinking about it. So I'm trying not to think about it. All right. We're going to think about it on the Zoom after this. I promise. Be ready. All right. The world's about to change for us, and it's going to change in a very, very good way. It's not my opinion. It's a mathematical fact. Thank y'all for watching. You could have been anywhere in the world. You chose to be here with me. I appreciate that. You don't understand how much. Make the best of your todays, the worst of your tomorrows. And if nobody else told you, Keith will tell you. Keith loves you. Y'all be good. Sky's the limit. See you on the next stream. Peace.